Welcome back. The summer is just around the corner, and there are a few things better than watching a blockbuster in an icy cold theater. Here to talk all your favorite upcoming movie franchises is none other than editor-in-chief of ShowBizCafe.com, Mr. Jack Rico.
Thank you.
Guys, to the theater. There it is. Nice. Still got it. Still got it. Jackie may have noticed that Michelle Buteau is not with us today.
I was thinking she did some work because she looks different. But
Ellie Lee could not resist the opportunity to come sit in on our little segment today. So I thought today we should do a little something called Jack Rico's Movie Picks.
Oh, I like
Go
that.
or no.
Oh,
Talk some franchises and discuss. You can let us know whether or not they're going to worth going to see or not.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
Okay.
But before anything, I just want to say I'm really excited to be here. And I love this theater and everything, but it's summertime, so can we just do like an outside thing?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
So
Should I
demanding
clap?
on her first.
That is true.
Yeah! I did it too.
Nick, I actually like this one a little bit better. I mean, we're outside
Beginner's
now.
luck. Beginner's luck with that.
Drive-in theater, it's great.
Why don't we start off talking about Mad Max Fury Road? I'm really fired up about this one.
Yeah.
I think the trailers look incredible. Charlize Theron,
Yes.
Tom Hardy. What do you think?
That's right. Well, you know, this to me, it's about two rebels that are trying to restore order from this very chaotic world. So I definitely think this is a go.
Yes.
This is a definite go.
Yes,
I
yes,
agree.
yes.
And here's why. When you start thinking about the original Mad Max films with Mel Gibson from 1979 and the sequels that came after that, a lot of those films stood out because of those road stunts, you know, that they did. These sequences were probably some of the best ever put on film at that time. Box office, I mean, it stood for decades. Everybody loved those. But this one, George Miller, the original director, comes back to make this remake.
Which I think validates it, really, right?
Right? Absolutely. I mean, the mastermind behind the original comes back and he creates this trilogy.
Yeah.
So what they're doing now is these road stunts are going to be much more amped up. So you know they're going to use all the technology, all the resources to make this amazing. But what's going to be probably the best difference between the originals and this one is that character development. If you remember the other ones, I really don't even remember that much of a plot, right?
Right.
But this one now, they're really going to amp up the character development. We're going to have a better history of who these guys are, and there's going to be more female empowerment amongst the women, which is a great thing to update for this era. It's going to make for a much better movie experience, guys.
Well, Jack, what if I wanted to see something like super scary? Because I know Insidious 3 is coming out, Chapter 3. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Well, this is going to be a prequel, and this to me is a no. A no on this one.
No, Ellie.
I'm sorry I had to tell you no, but here's why. I think part of the problem about this film is that the original was such a great homage to the
Yeah.
classic films of the 1980s that James Wan directed, but the second one was a massive dud. And why? It was because it lacked tension, it lacked scares, and it had a convoluted plot. I had no idea what was going on in that movie. So this third one doesn't have James Wan. The director is making his debut. From what they seen in the trailer, I don't think it's going to have anything that's going to probably overachieve of the demon sort of storylines that we've already seen
I feel like
before.
sometimes horror films don't know when to leave well enough alone. They
Exactly.
just step away from it. They keep trying to
Absolutely.
do it.
I
right.
agree,
I
I
totally agree with you.
What about, this is a really highly anticipated one, I think, Jurassic World. A lot of people talk about Jurassic World. The return of the dinosaurs. What are you hearing about this?
Well, you know, this is basically dinosaur running amok in the park, and this is a go. Definitely a go.
Amazing.
Part 2 and Part 3 were so bad that the producers are literally ignoring those sequels.
Wow.
And this sequel that they're doing now is taking place 22 years after the original.
Okay.
And here's why I think this is a go. It's much more darker. It's much more violent. And at the same time, there's a real sense of fear and sort of worry in the film that permeates throughout the trailer. And I mean, this is what I like about the original. You go, wow, I'm actually scared.
Right.
And so if I can feel that in this sequel, then it's definitely a must-see for us. For all of us.
All right.
Well, okay, guys, I know this one is it's a sequel, but I think, honestly, I know you disagree with me, but I think it's going to become a franchise.
Which one is this?
Okay, rather than tell you, I'm going to show you because all the girls are going to appreciate this one. Can we make it full screen, like super full screen if we can? 3D, preferably? Look at that! Look
Is it
at
over?
that!
Is it over?
Thanks, Ellie, for that aptastic trailer.
Oh.
God. You know, I think this is a no, Ellie. What? This is a no. This is a no. And here, let me tell you why. It feels like an obligatory sequel trying
my
to
gosh.
squeeze the last drop of ab sweat out of these films, all right?
Jack.
There's no way I'm going to go see this movie. I mean, maybe I'm hating a little bit because I don't have those abs. But, you know, if you remember the original, it was a nice little sort of indie guilty pleasure that I actually sort of enjoyed. But if you remove the dancing, the drama was weak, the romance was weak, and you look at this trailer, there's no plot, there's no story, there's stunt casting, Michael Strahan, Jada Pinkett is there.
Yeah.
I don't know where that movie is going.
It's an absolute no, Eddie.
He did
Absolute
it.
no.
He did it. Okay, Jack.
Nice,
Jack,
nice.
as a woman who appreciates a nice man's body,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one.
Okay.
And actually, you know, honestly, I think they need to add another member in this group and make it an ice cream ab sundae. Do we have a picture of the?
So wrong. So wrong.
Oh, but Nick, if they asked you, would you do it?
Yes.
That was many years and ice cream sundaes ago. You know, we started a petition. I never heard back. I never heard back.
Really? We
You
gotta
would've
start
been
it up
great.
again.
I think my price tag was too high, Jack.
Okay.
All right, guys, enough fooling around. Jack, thank you so much. Let's head back to the studio. Hey, as always, guys, for more from Jack, log on to showbizcafe.com or follow him on Instagram at Jack Rico. Coming up next, a performance by Tori Kelly.